Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome to the final review of my 30 Days of Game & Watch, which is Super Mario Bros., but not just any version of it, but rather the Crystal Screen variant, released on June 25th, 1986 as the 49th Game & Watch ever made. It is just so cool, and I think it's the perfect way to commemorate the Mario 35th anniversary Game & Watch coming out tomorrow, is to just look at such a really neat piece of Mario and Nintendo history. You may be thinking though, Andrew, we have at one point looked at the Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch before, but that was a different version. That was the new widescreen model. People should know all about these if you've been keeping up with my month of reviews. This version was actually released later on March 8th of 1988. So you might have thought that, you know, this is like a special edition of that or something like that, but this predates it by about 2 years. And I have the box here. It's unfortunately a little beat up. You're going to notice that trend with kind of everything. Someone really enjoyed this at one point in their life. Obviously, I picked it up secondhand, but, you know, if you're going to have that much fun with the box, just as much fun as you have with the game, then more power to you. So let's have a look at the actual Game & Watch itself. Even, you know, the styrofoam's kind of beat up, and it is just so cool. It actually has a see-through screen, so you know you can see through it, and the LCD kind of appears in the middle, so you can pretty much make the background whatever you want while you're playing. I just think that is so neat. This looks like unlike anything that we have looked at to this point. And some other Game & Watches also started out as crystal screen versions before being turned into new widescreen models, including Balloon Fight, which we looked at a couple weeks back. But yeah, this is just so neat. Let's put the two versions side by side here, just so you can get a really good comparison. And as you can see, it's fundamentally the same. You got your directional buttons and jump, but a big difference is that, as anyone who's been watching my series will know, is that these ACL buttons are usually kind of in there, and you need to use a toothpick to get at them. But on the crystal screen versions, you can actually just press them with your thumb. They're kind of indented, so like you're not going to press them by accident probably, but you don't need a toothpick. You can actually just press that, you know, of your own will without needing any extra tools. But yeah, this is just so cool. I think that the crystal screen games are so neat, and it's funny because in order to play these, you actually need a different kind of battery. People will probably know that you know, this is the type of battery that's usually needed to play your Game & Watches. You know, pretty small, typical kind of size battery. But as you can see, this battery cover is, you know, not that appropriate size. So let's be very careful in popping this off. And what you're going to want is one of these flatter batteries, kind of, you know, bigger but flatter, and that can go into there. Push that down, slide that closed nicely, just like that. And as you can already see it through the back. And I should mention that this isn't my A. I know it's the first letter of my name. Someone else out there with the, you know, name that started with the letter A enjoyed this at some point. And there you go. We can now set the time, just as we always do, and then press that time button. And that's the demonstration for you. So yes, you can have any background you want while playing, you know, the crystal screen Game & Watches, which I think is so cool. And to commemorate playing a Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch, I don't think that it would do it justice to just have this brown kind of couch as its background. One thing I have noticed is that if you hold a crystal screen Game & Watch up against something that has a backlit screen, well, not necessarily like up against it, but just in front of it, you can kind of play your crystal screen Game & Watch as if it has a backlight. It's just so cool. So one thing I think we're going to try to do is play each stage of the Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch with a Mario-themed background that matches the stage. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I hope it turns out well and people think it's cool. Again, if this you know, review isn't that great, you can always go back and watch my review of this one. It's so weird just, you know, going from playing Game & Watches that have that typical, you know, grayish, whitish background to now just, you know, being able to see through it. You can wave to your friends through your Game & Watch. Oh, it's just so neat. So yeah, I'm going to set up a contraption and we'll see how it works. So I'll see you all in a second. Or actually, rather, before we do that, one thing I did want to look at was the instruction manual. Getting so excited about the Game & Watch that I forgot about that. Already ruining this final Game & Watch review. But yeah, it's so cool that, even though, again, it's kind of roughed up, that this Game & Watch I got the instruction manual with. It seems like it's so common for even boxed Game & Watches to just not have the manual, which is pretty weird. But you get all your contents there. Kind of gives you the point of the game, lists some of the enemies and such going on there. Of course, your, you know, how to play it, how to put the battery in. I just think it's so neat looking through all this old documentation, enjoying instruction manuals back when they existed, because they, you know, they don't so commonly do that anymore. And we had all our different levels there, the canyon gym. I mean, I always laugh at World 2 being called the gym. You know, Mario's got to go get buff and all that stuff. Go, you know, all your enemies there. And we get some cool art in here as well. Got a nice message from Princess Peach. I love how determined Mario used to look. Like, he never looks like that anymore. Now he's always, like, smiling and happy, dressed up like a cute fuzzy raccoon. But back then, he actually had some determination. He knew it wasn't going to be an easy job. Now it's just like, if I can't do it, Luigi will beat it for me. The white raccoon suit will just let me plow through all my enemies. And, yeah, you get actually some cool art for each room. Or rather, world. You know, the hop level, and of course, anyone who's watched my review already will know about all these, but we're going to play them again, and anyone who hasn't seen them before will hopefully enjoy them. And it ends with World 8, of course, the Burning Road. And like I said, I have backgrounds to match all these kinds of, you know, scenarios, so hopefully people enjoy that. It talks a little bit there about, you know, how to get items and points and lives and stuff. How to miss. Mario's picking his nose. That's where all the bonus points are hidden. And, you know, don't eat the Game & Watch and all that jazz. So with that done, now we can finally move on to playing it. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing the instruction manual, but let's go. Alright everyone, who's ready to play some Super Mario Brothers? Hopefully the setup looks okay. It's very experimental, but I think everyone should get the gist of what's going on. It plays just like you would expect Mario 2. You can move left and right and jump, but the majority of the game is auto-scrolling, which is funny because that wouldn't be introduced until Super Mario Bros. 3. But yeah, right now we're playing as Mario, and you can jump around and hit the platform sometimes from the bottom to make mushrooms and such appear, which picking up will either give you extra lives or points. It's interesting to note that Mario's sprite in the Crystal Screen version does not look the same as it does in the new widescreen version, where it was designed to look much more like Mario. Here it looks much more like Mr. Game & Watch wearing a hat, which is kind of interesting. So yes, as you can see at the top there is the distance that it tells us you know, we need to do to get to the end of each level. And as I said, I have a special background prepared for each level. Hopefully this looks okay. Right now, there's one of those mushrooms, so we got it, and it gave us a 1-up and some points. Right now, we are using the background from Super Mario Bros. 1 and Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels from Super Mario All-Stars. The background used in the earlier stages, kind of the hilly forest background. And again, I have different backgrounds prepared for each stage. It's kind of awkward holding it like this. I'll show you my setup at the end. It's kind of weird, but yes, we will change the background after each one, and at the end of each stage you have to rescue Princess Peach, just like that. And just like that, we have a desert background for the next stage, because, you know, the second level or world is usually desert themed. This is called the gym stage, though. I know I've already kind of joked about that, but it's just such a weird name. Why would you ever call a stage that? But yeah. So I thought pyramids were appropriate. But the Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch is just so cool. Whether you're playing the Crystal version or the new widescreen version, people have said, you know, why isn't this something that's included along with the Mario 35th Anniversary Game & Watch? You got Ball on there, which, I mean, that's fine. Ball, the very first Game & Watch ever made. Makes sense to have that, you know, playable. But on the Super Mario 35th Anniversary Game & Watch, it would make so much more sense to actually have, you know, the Mario Brothers Game & Watch. I think that searching this Game & Watch up on search engines and stuff after this is going to be so difficult, because already, you know, getting ready to make these videos and such. There's another mushroom. You know, all you hear, whenever you search up Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch, all you get is the 35th Anniversary one. It's so hard to get, you know, good information on the, you know, the classic ones anymore. There you go. We're just building points up, building up lives. We have 3 extra lives at the top. Hopefully we're good. No, don't do that. Again, we're playing with our index fingers. It wouldn't have any other way for the end here. I was going to try and film it, you know, holding it, but it had trouble focusing, probably because of the, you know, the see-through screen. So instead, we're pressing it like right against the screen. There you go. Second level down. That's the gym. Mario is now super buff. Next level, I have prepared a fortress background for. Kind of a bit dark, but hopefully everyone can see just fine. Oh shoot, I'm pressing the wrong button. And you do have a time limit for these levels, which is kind of weird. There you go. Very short, but nicely done. Let's change the background again to a water background. This is a swimming level. Very strange. I guess kind of like you know, you don't even have to like press the button to swim or anything like that. It feels a lot more like the submarine level from Super Mario Land. It's kind of got to press up, down, left, and right to get through these obstacles. So for those who didn't watch my other Mario Brothers review, I should definitely, or Super Mario Brothers review, do have to be specific there. We looked at the Mario Brothers Game & Watch earlier in Game & Watch month, but so the game has 8 different levels, and then once you beat all 8 levels, you loop back around to the beginning again, where each level gets a little bit more difficult. And you, I think, can loop through the game like 9 times, so... there's lots to do if you want to go for all the points, but what we're going to aim for in this video is just completing each of the levels once. So, completing the first loop, and then we'll see how things go after that. Hopefully you're enjoying these backgrounds. I thought that was kind of neat. What I did was just take backgrounds from, the original, mainly Mario All-Stars, and then lighten them up a bit, because if they were too dark, I thought maybe they wouldn't look too good behind the game, so I increased the brightness. Yeah, hopefully they look somewhat decent. And this level is weird, because then after you get to the end of the distance, then it actually turns into like a platforming level again, kind of like, in real Mario, how the water levels never end like underwater. They always usually go above water before the ending happens. There you go! Yeah, we rescue Princess Peach at the end of each stage. Oh no, my thing is sliding out of control here. I'll change that background. But yeah, I like how it tried to kind of stay faithful to that. So this is called the hop stage, because you gotta hop over all this stuff, I suppose. So I thought that, a hilly background was pretty appropriate for that. So I really like, though, the Crystal Screen Game & Watches. I've been having so much fun throughout Game & Watch month, just introducing kinds of games and models of Game & Watch that people had never seen before. So I don't think there's many people out there who know about the Crystal Screen Game & Watches. So hopefully you're having fun learning about this. And again, there was 2 other Game & Watches which also had Crystal Screen, Balloon Fight being one and Climber being the other. So I would love to get my hands on those someday. But this was actually the second Game & Watch I ever picked up. Once again, a thrift store find. Something you used to actually be able to do back in the day. And before they knew, the value of everything. Before they saw a video game and thought, oh, we have to look this up on eBay. And not even, like, charge what it's selling for. But just charge what people are charging for it, regardless of how ridiculous it is. So yeah, I used to be able to get great deals on Game & Watches back in the day. These days, though, probably not so much. Alright. It's weird how even once you get to, like, 0 distance, you still gotta kind of fight it out at the end here. And she's always in the middle, but she can be at any position, but thankfully we did it! 5th level down. Oh, the background's not changing! No, I've changed too much. Okay, it's supposed to be underground background. I'll show you my setup once we're all done. Okay, so once you're on this one, you're good. You can just wait till it goes over to the left. We do have a time limit, though. There you go! 6th level down. 7th level has a castle background, the one usually used in like 8-3, right before Bowser's Castle, which is of course what's going to follow this. This is the pipe maze level. It's, you gotta get through it. It's kind of like, as you can see, the structures are kind of maze-like. And then once you get to the end, you have to solve like a pipe puzzle. Wow, this is getting awkward to play with my index fingers. It's funny though that, like pipe maze wouldn't really be a thing until Super Mario Bros. 3, so it's kind of cool to see it being a thing here first. I guess it's kind of also like the, the castle levels in Mario 1, like 4-4 and 7-4, even 8-4 a little bit, kind of being a maze. Was probably what inspired this level. It does end with like a pipe puzzle though, which is kind of cool. Alright, getting to the end there. Hopefully people have been enjoying the backgrounds. This is really strange. Gotta try and keep everything centered. And again, if you don't enjoy the way I'm playing this right now, I'll of course link to the other review I've done, which plays all the levels on the new widescreen model, probably a lot easier to see and understand. If I hadn't, put any kind of background here, it probably would have been hard to see. I guess I could have put like a white piece of paper. So these are 3 pipes here. And you have to pick the right one, otherwise you'll just be taken back into the stage. And I've noticed that on the first loop, it's pretty much always the left pipe, which is the correct one to choose. Oh darn, we need to change the background again. Alright, so we got Bowser's Castle background, everybody. Now, what we have to do here is just beat a whole bunch of rooms with fire bars swinging around. It might not look like it, but yes, those are fire bars, and touching them will kill you. And the problem is that they kind of look like everything else, so it can be kind of a mind trick sometimes. And once we get all the way to the end, that's when we save the princess. Dying doesn't just like let you continue from the room that you died at. Unfortunately, it kind of sends you back, so we gotta be really careful here, but we have lots of lives to work with. Gotta be patient. Nice. I love it though. Just like so many Game & Watches, you just really have to use your imagination. And as mentioned, the later Game & Watches are just so much more involved than earlier ones we've seen. I don't like this room at all. Ugh, gotta kind of make a dash for it. Where, you know, we've gone from just being, you know, games about catching balls and juggling things to actually having like full-on stages and, you know, stories and stuff. I just think it's so neat. And hopefully you've enjoyed all the different things we've looked at through this month of Game & Watches. I'd love to hear in the comments what some of your favorites are, and maybe if you just found this video, don't be afraid to go back and check out some of the other reviews I've done as well, because they've been a lot of fun. Alright, concentrate, Andrew. Gotta be quick here. Getting closer. I do love it though, like it really feels like a final level. And the, you know, the nervous beeping doesn't help either. Ugh, run. 16 distance to go. Even less now. Just don't rush it. 10 to go. 6. Let's be careful here. Should be one more room and we're done. Alrighty, here we go. Hopefully it's not a difficult one. Well, I kind of rushed it there. You're still not out of the woods. Now it becomes auto-scrolling again. You know, you think you're done, but it just never lets up. And just like that, the elevator will take us up to Peach, and we have beat the game! And then it starts the second loop where things are a little bit more difficult. I'll just show you. You get like bullet bills and stuff. But yeah, that is the Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch. Again, it is just an epic journey. It is so much fun, and it's such a shame that it's weird that the bullet bills don't move at like the same speed as the rest of the screen. I just kind of wanted to show that. It's really a shame that they didn't include this on the 35th anniversary version. It would have made so much sense. But I really hope that everyone has the chance to play this game someday. It is just so cool. Fortunately, I don't believe it was ever featured on a Game & Watch Gallery game, but it's just so much fun, and it's like an experience that you just don't really get from other Mario games because it's so different. But, I think that's where we're going to end off. You can press the time button to go back to the time mode. You, of course, lose your progress and such. But, wow, I'm going to zoom out here and show you what I had going on. I kind of had a laptop here, which has a touchscreen, so it's not too bad. And, you know, I had a... you know, kind of makeshift thing, like out of paper towels and toilet paper so that it didn't, you know, press against the plastic directly on the screen. But there you go, that is Super Mario, and I just think that is such a cool Game & Watch, and that concludes our 30 days of Game & Watch. Hopefully that got you hyped for the 35th anniversary edition coming out tomorrow. Where did that instruction manual go? Here it is. I think that was so much fun. Oh, there's my phone. This is behind the scenes here, all the things that have been going on throughout this monthly reviews. I hope that you had an excellent time, and also that, you know, through these reviews, you have learned about Game & Watches, and have hopefully been inspired to learn more about them. With these 30 reviews, you now know about half of all Game & Watches released. I've, of course, like I said, done reviews of the widescreen, Super Mario Brothers, and also of Mario Cement Factory and some other ones which weren't included in these 30, so you will have knowledge of over half of all Game & Watches if you watch all my Game & Watch reviews. For those who have been with me since the beginning of this month, I really, really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed all that, and take care as you explore the world of Game & Watch and hopefully enjoy it even more. So thanks, and hope to see you later.